Hi everyone, I'm Goofyword, and today I am so excited to bring you the first episode of my brand new series, Totally Obscure, where we're going to look at the coolest things you can do with all the cards you didn't know you should be playing in Commander. We're going to start things off with one of my favorite cards of all time, Blade of Selves. Let's take a look. Blade of Selves is a 2-mana artifact that was originally printed in Commander 2015. It's an equipment that has an equip cost of 4, and it simply says, equip creature has Myriad. When a creature with Myriad attacks, you're going to create tokens of the equipped creature tapped and attacking all players other than the original defending player. Then at the end of combat, you exile those tokens. Let's look at a couple of examples of what Blade of Selves can really do. Let's say late in the game you manage to play an Agent of Treachery and equip Blade of Selves to it. When you attack with that Agent of Treachery, you're going to create another copy of Agent of Treachery for each player other than the player that you originally attacked. This means you're going to get Agent of Treachery's Enter the Battlefield ability, and you'll be able to steal any permanents you want. At the end of the turn, the tokens will be gone, but your original Agent of Treachery will still be there, and his second ability will trigger, and you'll get to draw 3 cards. If you manage to attack with a Massacre Worm that's been equipped with Blade of Selves, you're going to make 2 extra Massacre Worm copies, giving all of your opponent's creatures -2/-2 each, for a total of -4/-4. In addition, every time a creature your opponents control die this turn, they're going to lose 6 life, because there's the original Massacre Worm and the 2 copies. This can make combat nearly impossible, but it also means that your opponents can just lose the game on the spot if they had a lot of tokens. Ordinarily, we would try to avoid equipping Blade of Selves onto our commander since it's a legendary creature. That being said, some commanders have extremely powerful Enter the Battlefield abilities, and some have extremely powerful Dies abilities that you are going to get to trigger extra times. A couple good examples are Kokusho, the Evening Star. Now, if you are playing in a 4-person game, you're going to get 2 additional Kokushos that appear on the battlefield as tokens. Those 2 tokens are going to die immediately, but they're going to deal 5 damage to each opponent. So that means that each opponent's going to take 10 damage on the spot, and you're going to gain 30 life. Another good example is Roalesk, Apex Hybrid. Roalesk's Enter the Battlefield ability places 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Because you had 2 token copies enter the battlefield, you can place 4 +1/+1 counters. When the tokens die from the legend rule, Roalesk says proliferate and then proliferate again. 2 Roalesks just died, so in addition to the 4 +1/+1 counters, you're also going to get 4 proliferates. All these Enter the Battlefield and dies triggers are great, but maybe you want to keep token creatures around, and we can do that too. There are 2 main ways to keep these tokens around after they should have been exiled. The first is with Populate. If you can use a Populate ability on one of the tokens created from Myriad, it will not be exiled at end of combat. Another way to keep these tokens around is with the card Second Harvest. This is an instance you can play it in combat after Myriad has created those token copies, but just like with Populate, Second Harvest doesn't really care where the tokens originally came from. You'll exile the Myriad tokens, but you'll keep all of those created by Second Harvest. This is a great workaround that's going to allow you to keep building your army of tokens turn after turn. And there you have it, Blade of Selves. Leave me a comment down below with the name of the totally obscure card you want to hear me cover next. Until then, I'm Goofyword. Have a great day.